What's up YouTube, this is Seth from TechShift, and today I'm going to give you a full review on the Blackberry Q10. This is the first Blackberry 10 smartphone with a full QWERTY keyboard, and before I get started, let's give you an overview of this phone. First off, it has a 720 by 720 screen, which is fairly small considering most smartphones today have 4.5 plus inch screens. Trade-off obviously is the full physical QWERTY keyboard. Right here we have the volume rocker. At the top we have the lock button and headphone input. At the bottom we have the speakerphone grill and mic. And at the back we have the camera with LED flash and the battery door. Speaking of battery, let's open up this battery door and take a look. This is the NX1 battery I spoke about in my unboxing. It's a 21 milliamp hour battery, and it's a very good battery. It lasts me the whole day without having to worry. This phone has 16 gigabyte of internal storage and expandable memory right here. I have a 32 gigabyte card right here, SIM card slot right here, and obviously we have the NFC. I mentioned in my written review that this is made of plastic. Correction on that, it's actually supposed to be made of woven glass. I know it's a little bit flexible, but I've read reports that the woven glass, very small weaves, give this backing some flexibility, and also gives it an extra grip. I described it in my written review as very rubbery, and that is the case. It's very, very grippy. Very nice feeling actually. So let's dive into the OS itself. Now, first off, to unlock your device from here, you can hit the power button just to view the home screen, or you can slide from the bottom bezel like that to reveal the OS. Now we have this is the hub. These are some apps, just like a normal smartphone. We have some apps right here. These are all the apps I have, and we have hidden gestures. So let me give you an overview of them right now. If you're in any application, let's say I'm in Calculator or my browser. When I'm in an application, to get to the hub from anywhere in any application, you can just swipe from the bottom bezel like that and go to the right. So now I'm in my hub, and swipe up to go to the app tray, the multitasking. They call this active frames. So for example, let's say I'm in the Calculator app. Here it is. This is another example. I found it a little bit difficult at first to get used to it, because if you notice that the bottom bezel is slightly small. I'm not exactly sure why they did that. It seems like the top bezel is fairly large. Maybe they can just bump the screen up a bit. And also, if I were to do it from the left side right here, it's very difficult to actually go to the hub, since it may be hard to just a little fact about me, I'm left-handed, so if I hold it right here and try to go, I won't get to the hub. But I've noticed that the gesture to get to the hub is mainly built for right-handers, just like that, from the middle. And I noticed a actually quicker way is just to make like a little curve right here, just like a little gesture right here with your thumb. So that's pretty nice. The top, to get to these options right here, we have Wi-Fi, notifications, alarm, Bluetooth. To toggle the options, just click on the icon, and to get to the menu, just click on the text, and you open up the settings right here. So I'm just going to close these right now. So that's a pretty basic intro. When you're in an app or a browser, you can go to a website and hit back. Usually you swipe back to go back, but that's usually the case. Swipe forward to go forward, scroll, and these gestures are at first I thought it was going to take me about a day or two to get used to, but it actually took me a lot longer, probably like two weeks to get fully used to, because I was so used to the trackpad and navigating with that. So it does take some time getting used to. And so let's talk about the keyboard. This keyboard is, in my opinion, very, very good. It is probably better than the 9900 keyboard. It's probably the best keyboard out today. At first, it took some time getting used to, coming from my 9900, because as you know, this keyboard is straight rather than curved like the 9900, so it doesn't seem as natural. But I got used to this fairly quickly. It seems, although the keys are the same, seems like the same size, same footprint, if you look at it from the side, they seem a bit higher. The frets seem a bit deeper. So that made it much easier to find the keys and click. And typing it is just a dream. It's amazing. It feels very good. I've talked to a lot of people about phones with physical keyboards, and they've claimed they can type faster with a touch screen, and that may be the case, and I've certainly watched them and witnessed it, but it seems like they make a lot of errors, or they have to reread what they type. Let's say I'm typing a text. I would type something, the cat in. Okay, let's say I wouldn't have to reread it. I would just type in enter. So that's one thing I like about a physical keyboard. It's certainly a matter of preference, but like I said, if you're waiting for this phone, if you're watching this video, you're actually considering that, and that may be some problems that you go through: mistypes, misspellings, and errors. Let's talk about the screen. The screen is a 720 by 720 perfectly square screen with 328 pixels per inch. It's a very high resolution screen. Although it is small, I can read text fine. I am nearsighted, so that may be another reason, but I can see why some people don't like the smaller screen. That's not the case for me. I think the blacks, it is a OLED display, so the blacks are very, very deep and the colors are vibrant. Only issue I have with the screen itself is under direct sunlight. It is a little bit hard to read compared to my 9900. So that's a trade-off. And plus, with the OLED display, we have an additional darker theme. If you notice, the calendar on the Q10 versus the Z10 is darker compared, just to save battery. And yeah, that's just little battery tweaks that they implemented with this phone. As far as call quality, I would have to say that it is about on par with my 9900, which is to say that it's very good. Calls come in clear. The other side, I rarely have to repeat myself unless the person is busy or driving or whatever. I noticed on some of my older phones, call quality wasn't that good. I always have to repeat myself or say, "What? I can't hear you. Can you repeat that?" You know. So that's one thing that I've been using I've been spoiled with Blackberries for a while, and that's one thing that I've gotten used to is good call quality. One thing I have to mention though is the speakerphone isn't as loud as my Bold 9900. So that's something to consider if you talk a lot on your phone. Let's take a look at the camera. So one thing I want to show you is you can quickly get to the camera by pressing and holding it right here. So I'm in the camera right now. As far as picture quality, it's fairly average. That is to say that a lot of people say you know, the camera quality is really bad or is too low, it doesn't work well in low light, etc. But in reality, all phone sensors are pretty much the same size. So the brightness that you see or color correction, that's all done by software. If you really want to get into photography, grab a DSLR or you know, one of the, or a mirrorless, something with a bigger sensor, and then we can talk about like real image quality. As far as image quality, it's fairly good. The colors seem a bit cooler compared to other smartphones. One thing I would like to talk about right now is the time shift feature. I'm sure all you have already seen it, but basically, let me put this right here, this lens cap, and I take a picture of it, and I'm gonna move my arm. So if you can see from the picture, right here is when I start to move. Now, at first I thought it was just a simple burst shooting mode, but if you notice, from the time I snap the picture to the time where it moves, it's actually around right here. So that means a couple of frames ahead, right here, it actually saves it into the buffer of the phone. So it's actually really handy when it comes to taking candid shots of, let's say, your girlfriend or a friend, and you got the camera pointed at your friend or waiting, and you snap the picture just in time when they start to block it. You'll actually get a few frames ahead where they didn't block it, so you can actually get some ninja shots on them. It's actually a really nice feature. I like it a lot. It has software, HDR. This is scene quality. Let me just go back. Let me change this right here to the regular camera, and we can get different modes. We have stabilization, burst, and HDR, all done within the software. So it's not real HDR, but it is what it is. Let's look into apps and multitasking. Basically, when you open up a bunch of apps, you can store them in the active frames like so. We can have up to 8 apps running at a time. So as you can see, some of them are active frames, and they can view things and change in real time. Like, for example, this is the battery app I got. It shows the state of charge, and we can see Blackberry World shows a slideshow of different apps or albums they're promoting or whatnot. And simply scroll through them. You can have 8 at a time. Hit the X to close them. Multitasking is very good. It's very fast. As far as apps, yes, the apps are limited compared to other platforms, but I found that you can sideload Android apps, and you can also make what I call web apps. That's, if you're familiar with Firefox's Prism, I believe Chrome has an option of that also. But for example, Bank of America didn't have an app for BB10. So what I did was I went to the mobile site from the browser. I just went to the mobile site, hit menu. Let me just go to mobile to Amazon. So I went to Amazon, hit menu, and you go to add to home screen, and it'll save this link to the home screen. So let's find that right here, Amazon. Let me just delete that. So I did that for the Bank of America mobile app and my payroll, which is iPay ADP. And that's to look at the applications and multitasking. So I have a couple things that I don't like about this phone, or rather some quirky things that could be ironed out. For example, the hub. I love the hub. It's great. It's more like an expansion of messages in previous Blackberry 7 phones. It consolidates all your your notifications, BBMs, text messages, and all your emails, and also social networks into one spot, which is very nice and very handy. But one thing I don't like about it, for example, let's say I'm in a message right here and I navigate out of it, and I get a new message or an email, and I go to the hub, you know, and then it will show the message that was already open. I wish, for instance, there was a timeout feature. That also something. Another problem I have with this phone. Two main issues I have with this phone is the search feature. The search feature is really nice. For example, let's say I hit BBM Len. So I BBM him, say, hey, what's up, right? And I leave, and let's say I get an email. I would go, excuse me, let's say I want to search something else. I want to search chili recipes. So I type chili and it'll open up the search. As you can see, it won't open up a new one. So I hate that. I mean, that's kind of annoying. I wish it would open up a new search, and this would open up into the BBM. So speaking of BBM, let's see if we can do a video chat. Yo, what's up?
What's up, man?
Hey, say hi to YouTube.
Hey, what's going on, YouTube? I think there's a little connection error before, but I'm on the road right now. I'm not driving, but I'm on the road and things seem pretty fine.
Oh, nice. So you're on your cell network?
Yeah, I'm on 4G LTE right now. Everything looks crystal clear, yeah, my side and your side.
Yeah, it looks, I mean, for you, it kind of looks a little, I don't know if it picks up the camera, it looks a tad pixelated, but it looks fine to me. But, yo, what are you doing later?
Your sound is sort of getting... What's up?
What are you doing later? Are you free? You want to grab...
The sound is sort of breaking up.
Oh, yeah? Well, I mean, I guess that's the case. Right, but, you want to grab coffee later?
I gotta go to work in a bit, man.
Alright, it's cool. Alright, man, I'll talk to you later. Thanks for the video.
Alright, man. See you, YouTube. See you, man.
So that was a quick little video about BBM video. I'm actually very excited to see it go on Android and iOS. I know they have FaceTime and stuff, but once something like that goes cross-platform, like Skype is available for Blackberry 10 in the app world, but it's on beta, and right now it's currently just an Android port, so it's a little buggy. I mean, it works, but it's a little iffy. So I'm not sure if BBM would support BBM video cross-platform, but that would be a huge plus. Overall, the Blackberry Q10 is a great smartphone. I think it's an excellently built phone. It's very nice in the hand. If you value text messaging and emails in general, then this is the phone for you. If you're more consumer oriented, then I say get a full touchscreen phone. But either way, this phone is very good and I would highly recommend it. It's exceeded my expectations. I thought I would miss the trackpads and the call and end button, but when I went back to my girlfriend's 9900, I found myself swiping and using gestures more and more often. So it does take some time to get used to, but once you get used to all the gestures and the OS itself, it becomes second nature. So I definitely recommend this phone, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and also subscribe, and we'll have more videos coming up. Thanks.